Hello and welcome to the Black Cat Bushcraft channel. Today I wanted to share with you the very best method that I have found to winterize your hammock for cold weather camping, shy of purchasing a commercial underquilt. Some time back I actually purchased a commercial underquilt, and I've been very pleased with how warm that keeps that hammock even in colder temperatures. But prior to having that underquilt, this is the method that I would use, and I have found that it is very warm and very comfortable, and it's a great way to use your hammock in colder weather. So stick with me and I'll show you how this works. What I have here is simply a 3 mil thick 55-gallon drum liner. And what I want to do is go around on the forest floor and collect up leaves and pine straw and fill this bag to the brim. I want to make this thing as plush and as fluffy as I can to give me good insulation. Once you think you have your bag full enough, pack it down just to compress the material inside. That'll give you a lot more space so you can pack more. The more you put in this bag, the better insulation it's going to be. Once you have your drum liner full, now it's just a matter of sealing up the bag. I could obviously do this in multiple ways. You could tie up the bag itself. I have just a little scrap of bank line with a Canadian jam knot tied in it, so I'm just going to use that to cinch the end of my bag together. That way I can recover this cordage later if I want. You can tie it with a bow or however you like, just as long as you seal up the bag. Let's take a quick look at how this all comes together. First of all, you might notice that my hammock is strung much lower than I would normally use it in a fair weather camping environment. Since I'm going to utilize this browse bed, I've got to get it down low to the ground. What I'm going to do is lay the browse bed, tick mattress, drum liner full of debris, whatever you want to call it, and just try to disperse all that debris out evenly through my bag. And I've already kind of done that ahead of time, but make sure it's all evenly dispersed. And now slide it up under my hammock. And I want to estimate roughly where my core is going to rest in the hammock. So in other words, from my shoulders down to my backside. And I want the mattress to be about centered with the hammock, and that's what I've got right now. It's about an equal amount on either side of my hammock. Now, if I were to touch the hammock over here, it's cool to the touch. After just a minute of laying in here with my body kind of nestling down into that tick mattress, I can already start to feel it getting warm. And the longer you stay here, obviously, the more body heat you're going to be able to collect here. This is going to prevent that convection of air going underneath and cooling me constantly. It works excellent, and it's very, very comfortable because you have the support of that bed underneath of you, but you also have the support of the hammock. If I were going to stay here, I'd adjust this a little bit. My feet are probably a little too high, so I could definitely make some adjustments. The other thing is, if I were going to spend the night here and it was going to be sub-freezing temperatures, I would absolutely have two of these browse beds, and I would slide one up a little further, have one down lower, drop the hammock just a little more, and get as much contact with that as I can. It's amazing how much warmer you'll be using just this simple system. Alright, so I'm sure you guys can see that this is a very simple and cost-effective method to battle convection when you're using your hammock in a cold weather camping environment. The more birthdays that I celebrate, the more I lean towards sleeping in a hammock. It's just much more comfortable for my back than sleeping on the ground. I still love a good tarp shelter, but when I really want to rest and enjoy myself, a hammock is the way to go for me. Cold weather is my favorite time to camp, so that creates that controversy. This is the best solution that I've found, shy of that underquilt. The problem a lot of people have is they take a hammock and then they try to put insulation in the hammock with them, such as thick blankets underneath of them, and then reflective materials, sleeping bags, and all those things will help. But as long as that cold air is circulating under that hammock, you're going to have that cooling problem, and eventually you're going to get cold. Also, any insulation you put in your hammock is just getting compressed through the night as you sleep on it. and becoming less and less effective. The beauty of this is this material only gets compressed a little bit, and then you have all that dead airspace. And with this drum liner, you have the blocking of that cold air circulating under your hammock. So it's very effective in multiple ways. I promise if you give it a try, you'll like it. It's very comfortable, keeps you warm, and again, it doesn't break the bank. Special thanks to Jason Hunt, because he was the first person who actually gave me the idea to try this. And once I did, I've definitely enjoyed this method. So I appreciate you guys' interest. I appreciate you tuning in. Hope this will be helpful for you. I will definitely be talking to you with another video again very soon. And until that time, take care and God bless.